Welcome to Focus on Albany. I'm Cynthia Pooler, and I have a number of distinguished guests today. I have Mayor Kathy Sheehan on. I have Erin Johanns on, and I'm sorry, Sam Wells on, and we're going to talk about Love Your Block mini grant. So, who would like to start the conversation?
I can jump on since I know I've been in the main one in communication with you.
Yes.
So first, just some general background on Love Your Block. Love Your Block is a grant-funded program through Cities of Service and Johns Hopkins University. It was started back in 2009. It's been implemented in cities all across the country, from Birmingham, Alabama to El Paso, Texas. And we're very excited to have it here now in Albany. This is a 2-year grant, so we'll have it for both 2022 and 2023, and that's $20,000 per year. And this is for different community projects that will focus in particular around blight remediation and building community connections, in particular with the local government and residents.
So, Sam, would you like to add to that?
I think Erin hit the nail on the head pretty good. It's a good overview. We're excited to have this grant. It was pretty competitive. We applied and were awarded in September 2021. I've been working on standing up the program and getting it ready ever since. We just unrolled our applications a couple weeks ago, and applications are due on Monday the 23rd from community groups. So we're excited to get the word out and get applications coming in on the program.
Mayor Sheehan?
Sure, Cynthia. I'm going to back us up a little bit
Okay.
and talk about sort of the why. And
Okay.
as you know, we've had challenges with blight in our historically red line neighborhoods for decades. And it really creates oftentimes a sense of hopelessness among residents who live in those communities. And so as we've looked at the changes that we've made with code enforcement, the legislation that we've adopted in order to ensure that tenants are protected, and in looking at our focus on vacant and abandoned buildings, we recognize that those are still not things that actually make people in the neighborhood feel empowered. And so the Love Your Block program is this opportunity to allow people who have a sense of pride and who want to have pride in their community have the opportunity to make investments that help to create that sense of ownership. We have a lot of renters, for example, in the city of Albany, and oftentimes they don't have a sense of ownership with respect to their block. If they have an idea for a project on their block, they can apply for a grant, whether it's fixing up a vacant property, as Sam talked about, any ideas that they have with their neighbors. We really are encouraging people to be creative and to think of this as an opportunity to build that sense of community that oftentimes has been challenging in communities because of the lack of investment there.
Now, will these grants go to renters or the owners of the building? And if the owners of the building are absentee landlords, that might present a little bit of a problem. What do you think, Mayor?
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's challenging, and Sam can talk a little bit more about who's eligible. But we often do work with landlords. We have property owners who may only own, 1 or 2 properties in the city. They may be owner occupied, so it's a 2-family or a 3-family, and the owner is living there. So we see all kinds of situations, Cynthia, where people do want to make these investments, but they just don't have the resources to do it. But Sam, maybe you could talk a little bit about how a renter could get involved in this program.
Yeah, Cynthia, that's a great question. So we're accepting applications for a slew of ideas, but there are some projects that we are prioritizing in this first year. The top priority for us are minor front porch, stoop, and front facade repairs. And those will be for owner occupied properties. So landlords who owner occupy could be eligible, and then homeowners on those blocks as well. We are not at this time, opening that idea up for absentee landlords or landlords who don't have that physical presence on the block. But tenants who are interested, we're accepting applications for other ideas too, like community block cleanups, vacant lot activations, mural installations, and really we're open to other ideas. We put this out there with a broad, asking for a broad spectrum of community-oriented ideas. So if renters on a block want to do something for their neighborhood to improve their neighborhood, we're willing to listen and see what they want to do.
So far, where have most of the applications come from?
Erin, you want to answer that?
Sure thing, I can answer that question. Most of the applications so far have come from Arbor Hill and West Hill. Our main target neighborhoods are North Albany, the South End, Arbor Hill, including Sheridan Hollow, and West Hill / West End. However, we do understand that many aspects of blight don't just stay within those strict neighborhood boundaries. So anyone who is within Beverwick, along Delaware, or Second Ave, who is located in Park South, Mount Hope, in those neighborhoods. And of course, anyone from other neighborhoods outside of the ones that we've mentioned are more than open to apply, but we are prioritizing the specific blocks and neighborhoods that we feel have the most need.
Now, has this project been embraced by the community? Are they happy about it? What do you think, Sam? You're shaking your head.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of great positive feedback from community members. I think, a lot of community members, they see the work that the city has been doing and that's been happening in the city on blight and vacant buildings. And many people want to get involved. They just don't know how, or they may not have the resources to do so. So this is a really accessible grant for community residents who wouldn't normally be able to take as active a role in their community as they may want. This is a great opportunity for residents and for us to empower our residents to help drive that change in those projects.
Now, Mayor Sheehan, is this a state program or a federal program?
So Cynthia, this is actually funding that is coming from a private foundation. So
Okay.
this is a really competitive grant program, and it really is connected to our work, which we've had for many years now with Bloomberg Philanthropies, and their focus on empowering cities to address the challenges that many cities face across the country. And so this is run out of Johns Hopkins, but it is an offshoot of the work that we've been doing with Bloomberg. And we've done a lot of work with Bloomberg Philanthropies on blight. It started with the Breathing Lights Public Arts Project when I first became mayor. And so this has been an ongoing focus. And we're fortunate that they're willing to actually put their money into these types of initiatives, because it does take funding to be able to do these types of projects.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have been working on this for how many months now?
We were awarded the grant in September 2021, but
Okay.
really I've been been working with the grantor on it in more detail since about December roughly.
So what does somebody have to do to qualify for a grant?
I can answer that question.
Okay.
So to qualify for the grant, what they would have to do is be a resident of Albany, specifically from one of our target neighborhoods. We require them to list at least 3 homeowners, again, that is owner occupied homes, who are in need of minor front facade repairs. And that's something I want to go into a little bit more detail on.
Okay.
We've had some applicants come to us saying, oh, I have issues with my piping or with my roof. Can you help me with this? And unfortunately, with the grants being as limited as they are, we aren't able to reach and help those problems, but we're still looking to beautify and help the neighborhood in other ways. And so if they have, say, cracks forming in their stoop, we would be able to fix those. We're currently partnering with the Carpenters Union as well as the painters. And another big partner is Cornell Cooperative Extension's Healthy Homes and Master Gardener program. So if they wanted container gardens, we would be able to supply those, or flower boxes. If they wanted their stair skirt replaced, new paint, those are just some of the things that we're offering. We're looking to make this a larger, more all-encompassing project for the neighborhood. So in addition to the minor home repairs, which will be done again by professionals within the apprenticeship programs, we'll also be doing a community-wide cleanup that will take place on the blocks for those homeowners, as well as implementing other Department of General Services projects like filling in potholes, sidewalk repairs, planting trees, flowers, and handing out important city information.
So this whole thing will take place within the framework of the grant. Am I correct?
Yep, that's correct. Our
Okay.
grants, just to expand upon what Erin was talking about, our grants are, we're offering grants in the range of $500 to $1,500. So they're limited in what, we can achieve with those grants. But that's also, part of the point is to, keep these projects small and accomplishable for neighborhood residents to lead, to lead in their neighborhoods. We want to really, make sure that these projects are achievable in the span of a couple hours on one day with the help of some volunteers, and really bring neighborhoods and neighbors together in accomplishing those projects.
So if this program is successful, do you think there'll be more coming down the pike for beautification of, the blighted areas in Albany?
Well, we'll
Yeah.
have to see. It's really important that we learn from this pilot. So, we're looking for, as Sam said, these are smaller, fun projects that are designed, yes, to fix blight, but also to build community and to build a sense of pride in community. And so I think we want to see how these projects work out, what types of projects come forward, and then certainly be able to report back to the council and think about what we could do from a budgetary standpoint to continue to support this type of outreach as we go forward. So that's one of the things that we'll learn from this, and we're really looking forward to the creativity and the ideas that are going to come from our neighborhoods. And I also want to say, while these are small grants, $500 to $1,500, it will also give us a chance to meet people that we don't currently know, and potentially connect them with other programs that we have that provide additional funding to do repairs for low-income homeowners, for example, or seniors. So this is also an opportunity for us to meet new people and connect them to other opportunities that exist in the city.
Yeah.
So it's just for homeowners. It's not for businesses, right?
Correct. These are just for residents and mostly
Okay.
residential neighborhoods. So we'll certainly open to hearing from business owners if they have ideas, but
Okay,
these are
great,
residential.
great. So, Erin, what do you think?
I would say that this is a project where we're hoping that community members will come together around a specific idea that would benefit the whole block, whether that is painting a mural together with the community, installing more park benches, transforming a vacant lot into a community garden or pocket park, in implementing more recycling bins or trash bins to help decrease the amount of litter that's found on the block. We're really hoping that within the Love Your Block grant, we'll be able to address more of the deeper structural issues, especially over time with blight, and that these small acts between community members will be able to have that ripple effect and spur greater change.
So you're talking about specific neighborhoods, many neighborhoods. So if there's a neighborhood with like 10 or 15 houses on that block, how are you going to coordinate them all so that they can come to a common consensus?
That's something we're asking the neighbors to do, and we're Erin and our Love Your Block fellow Tabora Marcus are available to assist neighbors with that. I know some neighbors may not know all of their neighbors in their neighborhood, so we can certainly help make those connections. But we want our neighbors across the city to start talking with each other and make those connections. I know it's not always the easiest to walk up to a neighbor's door who you may not have talked to in a few years or ever on your block, but we really want to foster that kind of neighborhood collaboration and communication with this grant. So that's sort of in part the challenge for residents in our city.
Mayor Sheehan?
Well, we're just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I've spoken with mayors who have been recipients of the Love Your Block grants in the past, and they've been really amazed by the creativity, the collaboration, people coming together and doing really incredible things in their neighborhoods. And so we have, as one of the things that we identified as challenges in our neighborhood is that and I think especially during the pandemic, sort of that loss of sort of human interaction. So
Right.
this is a great excuse to go knock on your neighbor's door and talk about a potential project that you want for your particular block.
Well, since I like technology, I was thinking in terms of would people do a neighborhood Zoom and hash it out that way? What do you think about that?
Well, as Erin and Sam have said, we have technical support that can help to facilitate that. What people are looking for. So we just encourage people to go on the website, look at the form, start to fill it out, start to think about what you want, and if you need to contact us, the information is there. So please do.
So you think that there's going to be a number of projects taking place this summer?
Yes, our
Okay.
timeline is from June through the end of September, and we're looking to schedule approximately one per week. We can't really say at this point when it's going to happen because we need to look at the whole picture of everyone that's applying in different areas and their schedules.
Mhm.
But going off a little bit of what Mayor Kathy Sheehan was saying, we really want to make sure that the grant is inclusive and encourage people to apply. One of the slogans for Albany is that this is Albany for all. And so we've really been trying to focus on making sure that our application is not only easy to read and fill out. I know it's 11 pages and that can seem like quite a lot,
Wow.
but a lot of that is more based on thinking about the logistics. The answers are quite short. It's maximum 250 for those questions. And we're also making sure that our application is available in multiple languages. So we have it available in English,
Good.
Spanish, Arabic, and Burmese. We understand that there are large populations of immigrants and refugees in Albany, and I can feel the trend that in recent years will probably continue to get more. And so we want to make sure that we are being inclusive in that those residents, when they have a community idea and project, can bring that to the table and can still benefit from this program. And we also have all paper copies of those translations available at the Howe, Arbor Hill, and Washington library locations.
And is it also online?
We do have the applications available online, both in PDF and on jot form. And those
Okay.
are also in those translated languages as well. But we do understand that not everyone in Albany might have access to the internet, especially in
Right.
communities in which there are high amounts of blight. And so that's why we're really trying to focus on having the paper copies available for people as well.
Okay.
And both myself and Tora Marcus, she's our Love Your Block fellow, who unfortunately is unable to make it tonight. but we're holding open office hours at each of those library locations, or they can also schedule a Zoom meeting with us or meet directly here at the Albany Community Development Agency office. We have those open office hours available 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. There are specific times, either in the morning through the evening, depending on the day. We wanted to give a variety, again, because we understand that many people in these neighborhoods might be working 2 jobs or might not have that typical Monday through Friday 9 to 5 schedule. But if the times that we have listed don't work, we always encourage people to, shoot us an email or give us a call. That way we can make sure to meet with them directly.
Sam, do you have anything to add?
No, I think Erin, really covered it well. We're trying to get as many applications as we can, and really trying to get people to reach out. One of the beautiful things about this grant is we're trying to make it as accessible as possible to as many people. And the more applications we get, really can show the demand for programs like this. So we encourage everyone to apply, and really looking forward to seeing those applications.
I think what's important is if you have a specific amount and the applications go over that amount, then what do you do?
Yeah, so Erin and Tabora will be working with applicants. We'll see those applications as they come in, and we'll work with applicants to sort of advise them that we may be asking for more than we're willing to give, than we have available to give out, and ask applicants to revise those applications. So the earlier applications are submitted, the more time we have to review and work with our applicants and revising those and making sure that they fit within those guidelines. But we only have so much to give out, so we advise applicants to stay within those guidelines.
And is there a deadline for the applications?
May 23rd
of this year.
This year, that's right. May 23rd at midnight is the cutoff for application submission.
Okay, Mayor Sheehan, you have anything to add?
No, thanks for having us on and for helping to get this information out. And I want to thank Sam and Erin and the entire Love Your Block team for all of their hard work. This took a lot of planning in order to get ready for where we are now. So I look forward to all those applications coming in time for the deadline and seeing Love Your Block at work on our blocks in the city of Albany.
Great. So you've been listening to Mayor Kathy Sheehan and Erin Johanns and Sam Wells. And if you like this show, please focus on Albany and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, any last words, guys?
Actually, there is one point I wanted to go off with what Sam was saying. Even if the grant amount that you're requesting, we realize that we might not be able to cover all of that within the Love Your Block program. We are partnering with many other nonprofits and other community groups, and we would be willing to work and assist you in trying to find other sources of funding. In addition, by submitting your application sooner, we also have the ability to go through and say what would work and what wouldn't work. I have even emailed back a couple of applicants where it's like, I think this is a great idea, but here's some revisions. And so we definitely encourage as many people to apply, even if you might be discouraged and think, well, I don't know if I'm going to get it. It's always worth applying.
So when the program ends, I'd love to have you guys back on Focus on Albany to talk about your success. Can you do that?
We would love to come back and tell you about all of the successes the Love Your Block program has. Thank you, Cynthia, for having us on. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to coming back on after the program has been a success and been implemented across the city.
Okay, thank you so much and have a great day. And enjoy the Tulip Fest this weekend.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye.
Visit our booth at the Tulip Fest.
Okay. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.